lots of double dealing, double contracting, and just sheer ripping off of the act.
Jackie Wilson may have looked perfect, but we may have just discovered the secret he kept hidden for years.
Coming up, really didn't realize how famous he was.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
You didn't know
No,
as
it
a
wasn't.
kid.
It wasn't like, you know, he's just famous entertainer.
You're probably wondering what it is. Well, it starts with his serious anger issues. He once got into a fight with Johnny Otis during a tour, allegedly putting his hands on him. He also had a violent run-in with a stagehand. He was also known to be violent towards women, including an incident where he allegedly hit a woman who questioned his cheating. Even Etta James said he attacked her boyfriend. At this point, not even his friendship with Elvis could fix his image. Let's dive in. In the late 1950s, Jackie Wilson got into a fight with another famous R&B artist named Johnny Otis. This happened while they were both on a music tour. People said the two men had a big argument. Some said Johnny Otis disrespected Jackie. Others said they had a problem over music or something work-related. No one knows the full truth. But what we do know is that Jackie hit Johnny Otis. It was a serious moment, not just words being exchanged. This fight hurt Jackie's image in the public eye. Before this, many fans loved him for his voice and stage moves. But after the fight, some people started to see him in a different way. They thought he was hot-headed and quick to get angry. Some people who were there said Johnny Otis may have said something that made Jackie angry. Maybe Otis started the trouble. But even if that was true, it didn't help Jackie's career.
Just how lucky can a poor man be? That is why.
Hitting another artist, especially someone well-known like Johnny Otis, made Jackie look bad. Fans and people in the music business began to worry about working with him. They didn't know if Jackie might lose his temper again. People began to call him difficult. They thought he could be dangerous when upset. This one moment followed Jackie for many years. Another time, Jackie got into a bad fight with a stagehand during one of his tours. A stagehand is someone who helps set up the stage and equipment. The man may have said something rude or acted in a way that made Jackie mad. Whatever it was, Jackie did not handle it calmly. He became angry fast. Things got out of control, and the two got into a physical fight. It got so bad that others had to jump in and stop them before it got worse. This event added more problems to Jackie's name. People who worked with him started to feel nervous. Some managers and band members didn't want to tour with him anymore. His violent temper made it hard for others to trust him. These fights showed that Jackie, though very talented, struggled to control his anger. His actions hurt his music career and made people fear working with him. Behind the music, Jackie had problems in his personal life. He had many relationships with women, and some of them ended badly. This behavior made people question the man behind the music. He was not just a singer with charm. He also had trouble controlling his anger, especially with women. One very serious incident happened when a woman Jackie was seeing found out that he had been cheating on her. She got upset and confronted him about it. Instead of talking things through, Jackie hit her. This caused a big scandal at the time. People were shocked. The news spread, and many fans felt confused about how someone so talented could act in such a terrible way. This moment added to his image as someone who couldn't control his feelings when things got hard in his love life. Jackie Wilson's violent behavior was not just with women he dated. It also showed how he treated other men around them. The famous singer Etta James.
I love you so much.
She shared a story that showed this. She said Jackie beat up her boyfriend, who had been hurting her. At the time, Etta was going through many struggles in her own life. She had faced drug problems and time in jail.
I wasn't into drugs, or I just was a young girl who started singing. When I later on became addicted, all of that flashed back.
One of her most painful stories was about her relationship with a man she called the Pimp. Even though his nickname should have warned her, Etta still got involved with him.
I was a fool, smart enough to know I was a fool, dumb enough not to care. Now that's a real fool.
Etta said she met the Pimp in New York in 1962. He was very good looking and seemed exciting. He used drugs and acted like he owned the room. People said he had killed someone when he was just 14 years old and also killed a past girlfriend. But instead of being scared, Etta found him interesting. She was young and thought his dangerous lifestyle was thrilling. She didn't see how bad things could get.
And you know, Sue, I have been a fool, and I'm still a fool.
But you're alive.
Her friend, John Lewis, who used to be a pimp himself, warned her. He told her this man had a history of beating women very badly. But Etta didn't listen. She thought she could handle it. One day, that man came to her hotel and accused her of cheating on him. She said no, but he didn't believe her. He punched her so hard she flew across the room. She landed near her purse, where she kept a gun. She tried to get it, but he got there first. He found the gun, got even more angry, and beat her all over the room. Even after all that, Etta went back to him a few months later. That's how strong the hold was. Violence and love had become mixed up in her mind. It was sad. Later, she went to visit Jackie Wilson with a couple of friends. While they were there, her boyfriend showed up again. He started banging on the door and tried to attack her again. But Jackie Wilson stepped in. Jackie had been a boxer before he became a singer. He fought the man and beat him up badly. The man left covered in blood, screaming that he would kill Etta if he ever saw her again. That moment showed another side of Jackie Wilson. Even though he had hurt women in his own life, this time he protected one. He didn't let Etta get hurt again. It's possible that Jackie felt he had to do something because of his own past actions. Maybe he saw a chance to do the right thing. Etta was lucky that Jackie had the strength and skill to stop that man that night. It may have saved her life, but the story didn't end there. Later on, Etta said that her boyfriend beat her again. This time, he waited at her home and attacked her until she was nearly dead. After he finished, he told her to go clean up her own blood. She was so full of pain and anger that she wanted to kill him. When he fell asleep, she got her gun and stood over him. She was ready to shoot, but when she pulled the trigger, nothing happened. He had taken the bullets out earlier. These stories are painful, but they show the truth behind the fame. Jackie Wilson was not just a great singer. He was a man with deep problems. He hurt women, and sometimes he saved them. Etta James was one of the few people who saw both sides of him. She saw his fists, but she also saw his strength when he stood up to protect her. Jackie also had problems with alcohol and drugs. These substances made him act in violent and aggressive ways. When he drank too much or used drugs, he became angry and out of control. People said he would shout, fight, and lose his temper easily. One time in a nightclub, he got into a fight that turned ugly. It showed how alcohol and drugs could change him and make him act in ways that hurt his career. One night during a show, Jackie had a fight with another musician. They were arguing about who would perform first or how long each person could sing. What started as a simple disagreement turned into a physical fight backstage. Jackie couldn't stay calm. He started yelling and swinging his fists. Other musicians had to pull them apart. This kind of behavior was not new for Jackie. He had a short temper and would often explode when things didn't go his way. Jackie's violent actions didn't just hurt his work life, they also hurt his personal life. He was married several times, but none of the marriages lasted. His angry outbursts and bad choices made it hard for him to keep his family together. Even when people tried to help him, Jackie pushed them away. His name was often in the newspapers, not for his music, but for scandals and fights. Fans still loved his voice, but many were shocked by the things he did off stage. Over time, his bad behavior damaged the good name he once had. People started to remember his temper more than his music. One of the scariest moments in Jackie's life was the night he got shot. It happened when he was with a woman named Juanita Jones. Juanita was angry because she found out Jackie was seeing another woman. She lost control and pulled out a gun. Jackie's manager, Nat Tarnopol, didn't want the public to know the real story. So he told a lie to the news. He said Jackie had tried to save a crazy fan who was about to shoot herself. That was not true. Juanita wasn't just a fan, she was Jackie's lover. She shot Jackie out of anger, and 2 bullets hit him in the stomach. Jackie fell to the floor, bleeding and in pain. Jackie was rushed to Roosevelt Hospital right away. The doctors knew they had to move fast. He needed surgery to stop the bleeding. It was a very serious injury. Jackie was lucky to survive, but the damage was done. One of his kidneys had to be removed, and a bullet was still stuck in his spine. He lived, but he was never the same again. He carried the pain in his body every day. The shooting was not only painful, it also added more problems to his already troubled life. Even though Jackie survived the shooting, more trouble was waiting for him. Jackie made a lot of money from his music. At the time, he earned over $260,000 a year, which was a huge amount, especially when most people earned only around $5,000. But Jackie didn't handle his money. His manager, Nat Tarnopol, was in charge. Sadly, instead of helping Jackie, Tarnopol stole from him. Jackie trusted him and had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. One day, the IRS knocked on Jackie's door. They told him he owed $300,000 in taxes. Jackie was shocked. He thought everything was being taken care of. But Tarnopol had not paid the taxes. Now the government wanted their money. They went after everything Jackie owned. They took his house in Detroit, where his wife and children lived. His family was forced to leave their home. Jackie had to agree to a long payment plan to try to fix the debt. His money was gone, and his name was in trouble.
Works an audience just like a man meets a girl. He's in love, he's fascinated by this chick. He's working 10, 15,000 people, the same manner.
In 1956, something special happened in Las Vegas. Elvis Presley went to see a music show. The group performing was Billy Ward and the Dominoes. The lead singer was Jackie Wilson. Jackie sang Elvis's song, "Don't Be Cruel."
Don't be cruel, boy, it's true.
But he added his own style to it.
Let me ask you this question then. If you were a disc jockey for 1 hour and I put you in a studio to play records, and I said I'd give you a stack of one type of music or one type of performer you could play for an hour, what would that performer, who would you play for 1 solid hour if you were
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Elvis sat there, watching closely. He was amazed. After the show, he said that Jackie sang the song better than he did. Elvis didn't feel jealous. He felt happy to see someone doing great work. That moment stayed in Elvis's mind, and he would talk about it later during a recording session with his friends called the $1 Million Quartet. Even then, he said that Jackie's version of the song was better than his own. Jackie Wilson also had kind words for Elvis. He didn't see Elvis as a rival. Instead, he respected him. Jackie once said, "I took as much from Elvis as he took from me." He was saying that they both learned from each other. That was true. Both men were inspired by other artists. They didn't try to copy each other, but they did pick up ideas and made them their own. It was a two-way street of respect and learning. Jackie saw that Elvis had talent and charm, and Elvis saw the same in Jackie. Elvis first saw Jackie when he was still the lead singer of the Dominoes.
Take me back to hell.
Jackie was full of energy on stage. He danced, moved around, and had a powerful voice. Elvis loved that kind of show. He thought Jackie was a great performer. Jackie also admired Elvis. Even though they came from different backgrounds, they both worked hard to make their dreams come true. They understood each other because they both knew how hard the music business could be. Some people said Elvis stole music from black performers, but Jackie didn't see it that way. Jackie once said, "A lot of people accused Elvis of stealing the black man's music, but almost every black solo performer copied from Elvis too." That was a bold thing to say, But Jackie meant it. He knew music came from many places, and people learned from each other. It wasn't about who owned what. It was about how they shared and grew together. One of Elvis's close friends, Sonny West, once said that Elvis loved many different kinds of music. He liked singers like Billy Ward, Billy Daniels, Billy Eckstine, and groups like the Ink Spots. Elvis listened to them all and learned from them. Sonny said Elvis mixed gospel and rhythm and blues into his own style. That mix created rock and roll. Jackie was also a rhythm and blues artist. Together, their styles helped shape the future of music. By 1966, Elvis was already a huge star and didn't go out in public often. But when he heard Jackie Wilson was performing at the Trip nightclub in Hollywood, he wanted to go. The Trip was a small club that only held a few hundred people. But that night, other big stars came too. James Brown and the Rolling Stones were also there. Everyone wanted to see Jackie. Backstage at the club, Elvis finally got to talk to Jackie face to face. He told Jackie how much he admired him. Elvis said he thought Jackie should be the #1 singer in the world. Jackie must have felt proud. Jimmy Smith, Jackie's drummer, remembered Elvis coming in wearing a white suit and driving a white Rolls Royce. He said, "That man's got style, ain't he?" It was a special moment.
He's a very good friend of mine. I know a lot about him. I could talk a lot about him. In a very nice way.
Jackie later said that Elvis helped him out in a big way. At that time, not many people were coming to see Jackie perform at the Trip, but when Elvis showed up, everything changed. The club filled up quickly. Jackie said, "Elvis came out twice for me, and after that, you couldn't get in." Elvis didn't have to do that, but he did it anyway. He wanted to support Jackie.
Well, he also did me a great favor once. I was in Hollywood, California, and I was playing a club called The Trip. And we were having no difficulty getting people to come out, at that particular time. So he came out twice for me. And, well, you couldn't get in. And they said, if Elvis go, then he must be, hey, let us go.
Elvis also invited Jackie to visit him on a movie set. Jackie went to see him at MGM Studios. They laughed, took photos together, and enjoyed the visit like old friends. Elvis even gave Jackie a signed picture. He wrote, "Jackie, you have a friend forever, Elvis." Jackie kept that photo with him all the time. It meant a lot to him. It wasn't just a picture, it was a symbol of their friendship and mutual respect. One painful part of his story involved his son, Jackie Jr. In 1970, Jackie Jr. died when he was just 16 years old. He was shot and killed on a neighbor's porch near their home in Detroit. It all started with a fight between Jackie Jr. and some other young men in the neighborhood. The fight got out of control, and one of the boys pulled out a gun and shot him. The Wilson family was deeply hurt. Jackie Wilson was heartbroken. He loved his son very much and couldn't believe he was gone. After his son's death, Jackie Wilson became very sad. He didn't want to sing or perform anymore. He stayed away from the public and spent a lot of time alone. He started drinking and using drugs to deal with his pain. He was trying to escape from the deep sadness he felt. It took him 2 years to come back to music, but even when he returned, things were not the same. His songs only did well on the R&B charts. He was no longer the big star he used to be. His heart was still broken, and it showed in his music and in his life. In 1975, something terrible happened again. Jackie Wilson was performing his famous song, Lonely Teardrops, on stage when he suddenly had a heart attack. He collapsed in front of everyone. He was rushed to the hospital, but the heart attack had already caused serious damage. His brain did not get enough oxygen, and he fell into a coma. He stayed in that coma for 9 long years. He couldn't talk or move. He was taken to a retirement center in New Jersey, where he stayed for the rest of his life. While he was in that center, another tragedy happened. In 1977, Jackie's daughter, Sandra, died of a heart attack. She was only 24 years old. Jackie was in a coma at the time, so it's unclear if he even knew about her death. He couldn't speak or react, so no one really knew if he understood what had happened. Losing his daughter added more sadness to the already heavy pain that surrounded his life. Jackie Wilson stayed in a coma until 1984. That's when he died at the age of 49. The cause of death was pneumonia, which made his health worse while he was already weak. He was buried at West Lawn Cemetery near Detroit. He had once been a shining star, but his final years were filled with pain and suffering. Even after Jackie died, the sadness in his family did not end. In 1988, another daughter named Jacqueline was shot and killed. She was 37 years old. She was shot in the back outside a store in Highland Park, Michigan. Police believed it had something to do with drugs. She was in an area known for drug problems, and it seemed she got caught up in something dangerous. This was another heavy blow to the Wilson family. Along with all this sadness, there were also rumors about Jackie Wilson being gay. Some people in the music world talked behind his back, but there was no real proof. Back in those days, people made up stories to hurt others, especially if they were jealous. Jackie never said anything about it. He kept his personal life private. In truth, Jackie loved women and had many relationships, but the gay rumors never went away. They followed him even after he died. Jackie Wilson gave the world great music, but his personal life was full of pain, loss, and rumors. He died young, and many people feel he never got the peace he deserved.